All right, that's Luke, right?
Yep, you got it.
What's going on, man?
Not too much over at the office. How about you guys?
Oh man, I'm actually just in the process of moving right now, and just got a lot of stuff going on at the house. It's good because I just got internet set up, and beforehand my cell service, I was nervous that this wouldn't work, so just in
Sure.
time.
Worked
Yeah,
out nicely then.
yeah.
So
So
you're,
welcome, yeah,
yeah,
welcome
thank
to
you.
Pitch Investors Live here, man. I'm glad to see you on here.
Yeah, no, definitely. So you guys already have a little bit of info on
Yeah.
us because we chatted before, if you remember.
Right. So I just want to kind of give a disclosure out there. So, Luke and I and other guys on our team, we have met virtually in the past, several months ago. And I know all about your business. I know kind of, I mean, we've spoken a number of times and we've kind of talked a little bit about how to work together and whatnot. So, I'm going to leave this conversation here to the public for you to get everything about your business out there. I want, I want to make sure that you get everything everything that you want everyone to hear out there, to hear it. And, I'll try to ask as many questions and whatnot, and you'll give good overviews and all that. And then I'm going to refrain from talking too much about our involvement, but I'll let you kind of get your stuff out to anyone and your needs and your asks and all that. So it's more just a conversation of of who you are, what you have, and then we could kind of talk offline about a couple other things.
Cool. No, sounds good. So just a little bit of information on me. I've been in the real estate industry for 15 or 16 years now as a real estate appraiser. We've got two appraisal companies along with the sales company and so on. So ProxyPics originated in my head about 4 years ago because in the real estate community for lending, if you're getting a mortgage, a home equity line of credit, anything like that, we always need a photo as of today to see if that house is standing or if it burned down yesterday. So what really happens is realtors, appraisers were driving around like idiots taking these photos. So we actually launched ProxyPics about 2 months ago publicly is when the platform went live. And literally what the platform does is that it connects people that are near that subject property to somebody like me or you that's sitting at the office and we need that house photo as of right now without leaving the office ideally. So we exhibited our first shows in New York at the New York Tech Show for Tech Day. Everybody started calling us the Uber for photos, which makes sense because we literally act like Uber. We're a gig economy based platform, and we're just providing the platform for you to connect to a person that's right there within a close proximity to the subject. And we obtained a patent as of August of 2017 on the technology. So we're the only company that can do it this way. The traditional companies do what we do, but it takes them 90% longer and it's more expensive. It takes them 5 to 30 days. We're able to crank this stuff out in about 4 to 5 hours in most cases because we're cutting out what's the most time consuming is getting the person out there to that subject property. We're eliminating all of that. We're only offering these jobs to people near that property right now. So it's that simple. We've got a lot of lenders, real estate companies using it, and now the insurance industry is very anxious to start using it. So very simple idea, but that's how it works.
So huge play in the real estate world, in the industry, or in the insurance industry. Um, Talk about some of the other uses, because I know, how do you hit the mass consumers? Because I know that there's already those things happening on your platform. So talk a little bit about that first, and I got some more questions.
Sure. Literally anything that you want. We API into Google Maps, so wherever you could drop a pin, you could get a photo. So we've got people in downtown areas using it. We've had some requests for take a photo of this street sign to see if I've got to move my car or not. It's only $5 to get a photo, so it's a no-brainer instead of walking down God knows how many stairs. We've got people asking for lines outside of restaurants or bars. They say, this is the photo outside. We've got marketing companies using it for stock photography, so they no longer have to pay X amount of dollars. They can get their own photo that they have full rights to. And we even had a marketing company here in downtown Chicago. We've got McDonald's moved their corporate office to downtown in Chicago, and they rotate their menu every week to an international menu. So some marketing company about a month ago needed a photo of a blue cheeseburger, which is the French menu. They paid somebody $30 to sit down, take a couple of photos, and have lunch on them. So possibilities are endless. We've got people requesting photos of the beach. Are your kids home? Whatever you want.
You know, it's funny because when we were talking, you sent us a demo. Say, hey, what address are you at? Go get a photo of this. Yep. Blah blah blah. Before we were able to do it, someone else snagged that opportunity and got that. So you launched 2 months ago. That's pretty cool. That's that people are already using it and using it that quickly. How many users do you have on the app right now on the platform? Talk to me about kind of the usage and then how you're growing that usage on a monthly basis.
Sure. So right now we've got just about 8,500 users nationally. Biggest presence is in major cities. So we're continuing, the typical Facebook, Google AdWords, social media type advertising. We recently hired a marketing company to drastically increase those numbers because the more users we get, the faster the turn time will be, and that's where the enterprise customers come into play. So we've got a number of enterprise customers that are boarding right now, and we just want to keep adding users to fulfill, every SLA, that we promise them. Where if we'll get, X amount of photos in X amount of hours or 24 hours, whatever it is, we want to meet that. And with that, I mean, it's just an extra income for Americans to make. I mean, you could be walking to buy yourself a coffee and you might have a job that'll pay you $15 and not only is your coffee free, but you're pocketing an extra 10 for doing what you're already doing. It's that simple.
That's amazing. So how much are you paying to acquire a user then? So you're using social, you're using paid advertising. How much are you paying to acquire a user?
It all depends on, how we do it. Some of them we do live. We've done beach events, things like that. But I'd say on average, we're probably going $2 to $4 depending on how we get that user.
And is that user actually using, or are they active on the platform? Or okay. And are they continuous? Are they repeat? Do they constantly use it? Are they constantly how many activations or how many usage are you getting per user?
So I'll put it this way: a majority of the users, about 80% of the users, are photo takers, and we're expecting that number to keep increasing because the majority of these requests will be coming from enterprise customers that are pushing 30 to 40,000 requests a month. And we're predicting, that to keep going up to, 90% of the users on the platform will be photo takers because the bulk amount of those requests will come from lending institutions, insurance companies, things like that. And then the one-off uses for appraisers, realtors, and just personal preferences, that'll be a minimal use, but it'll still amount to a vast number with the amount of users that we're going to start boarding.
So have you approached like the Remaxes and the Keller Williams and those type of guys, those type of companies to do big deals with them? Is that an angle?
Yeah, we were just in San Francisco at the Inman Connect 2018. So we had a booth over there and I spoke on stage. That's one of the biggest realtor conferences you could attend in the States. We were very well received. A lot of real estate agencies, along with the VC arm of the National Association of Realtors, has a big interest in the technology. So yes.
That's cool. Okay, walk me through the economics. It costs me $5 to get a picture, or do you? How does that work? Do you put your price? And then it's first come, first serve. Whoever delivers me the picture gets the money.
So the way that works for individual users like me and you, each image that you request costs you $5. Whoever accepts that assignment first, a 2-hour timer turns on. For every image that they take, they receive $3.25. On average, we're probably getting 2 to 3 images per address in most cases. So typically you'll make about $6.50 per request as the photo taker, but each request that you put in, it's $5 per image. So if you want the front of a house and the back of a house, you're paying $10, and the person taking that photo receives $6.50 because they're getting $3.25 for each.
Okay. So you ask how many photos you want.
Yeah, you tell me what you want. You give me the details. You could say, give me a front left angle, front right angle, whatever you want. So that's all up to the requester.
Now, can you offer more money for a picture if you want it faster,
Yeah,
or
so that's
no?
one of the funny things that's starting to happen on the platform right now. So we initially built it to, provide a low price point and a quick turn time, but we are noticing some users are willing to pay more to obtain that photo faster. So right now we're in the build out process where we're going to add a feature where you could add additional funds to that photo request. But in the meantime, we're actually seeing people where they need 2 photos, let's say as an example. So they're paying the base fee of $10 for those photos. And then they're putting a 3rd, 4th, and 5th request in to pay an additional $15. And all that they're putting in the subject line there is extra money for you or extra fee for you, which is funny. And that's been a pretty recent development. Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
But
That's
yes,
very
we're
cool.
building that
Very
out
cool.
as we're seeing the need where people are willing to pay more. And when they pay more, people get those photos back faster.
Right. Talk to me about like the infrastructure of your company. What's your like the combination of what are your needs? Obviously, I mean, you're on Pitch Investors Live. I assume that you're looking for capital, but what is like, do you have your in-house dev team? Do you have in-house biz dev? Talk to me about the infrastructure
Sure.
of the
So
company.
we've got on the development side, we've got 2 developers internally, along with a third-party overseas company that we're using for constant development. So the app is live on
Hmm.
iOS and Android. It functions, you can use it, but every client that we board, we keep adding additional features based on the industry. So we keep building out and improving the platform. All the business development is
Hmm.
internal. So like I said before, we do have the appraisal company. So a lot of those clients will cross-reference to the technology company, which is nice.
Hmm. Okay. Do you have partners, or is it just you?
Just me.
Okay. Very cool. And you hired an outside agency to help you on the
Yep,
marketing side,
exactly.
right? Okay. So what are you looking for? What's the goal with Pitch Investors Live here? What are you looking for?
2 things. So yeah, we're self-funding, the entire operation right now. So if you get some outside funds, that would definitely help speed things up. And then we're also looking for not only somebody to invest in the company, but yeah, we just need a larger platform is what it comes down to, not only to acquire more users from a marketing standpoint, but if somebody had some, internal connections with higher up insurance companies, lending companies, banks, things like that, that would also speed up that process significantly.
So are you doing any like official money raises right now, or are you just kind of like talking around with friends and family or exploring it? I know you're self-funding, or I mean, are you in any certain round, let's say, or is it just kind of like preliminary?
Preliminary right now, so we haven't raised any outside funds. If the right partner comes
Hmm.
along, then we would definitely consider that. But yeah, as of right now, we've been self-funding the entire time because we're not just looking for somebody with money, but we need somebody that understands the technology, the potential uses for it, because it'll drastically change multiple industries that I named before. But yeah, we need somebody that's willing to put the time in, the effort, just to be a good investor and partner for the company.
Yep. So what's the investment ask that you're going for?
500,000 for 10%.
500K for 10%. Okay, cool. And how much have you put in yourself so
A
far?
little over 200 right now.
Okay, very cool. Now, are you able to keep funding that for the time being, at least until you raise the
Yes.
500? Okay, cool. Anything else that you think is important to get out there to everyone watching?
I think it's a great app just to have on the phone. I mean, you will start seeing a lot more requests. We are boarding enterprise clients, so it's just an extra way to make money. So anybody that's doing a lot of Uber driver, Lyft drivers love the app. It's just an extra way to make money. I mean, you can make as
Hmm.
little as $3.25 for a job, and you can make as much as $60 we've seen for people. And it's all through your phone. It's quick. I mean, you take a
That's
couple of
amazing.
photos, you upload it from the app, and you're done. And by the next day, you've got the cash in your account.
Cool. Okay, so just as a disclaimer for anyone that recently joined, I've known Luke for a few months now. We've been talking about different things and ways to work together. So I'm not going to get into that too much right now. Just wanted him to have the opportunity to get his business out there for anyone else watching. It's a very, very cool platform called ProxyPics. It's an on-demand platform to request photos of anything, anywhere, in an instant. It's very cool. Great in the insurance industry. Great in the real estate industry. Great for consumers. If you want to get a picture of the parking sign out front, but don't want to walk down 4 flights of steps from your apartment, pay $5. You get a picture of it. He launched 2 months ago. Great success so far, acquiring users at a very good price, and just looking to scale that. And the users are using it; they're active. People are active on the platform. You can go and use it right now, iOS and Android. I love it. I love what you have. I love the platform. I think it's very unique and innovative. I think it could be used for so many different things. I think it could take over the restaurant industry too. Restaurant, bar. You want to go out with your friends. You want to know, is this bar crowded? Are there people here? Is it lame? Is it worth going to? Bam, get a picture for $5. And if you want to go there or not. So, everyone out there, I encourage you to check this out. Luke, throw your email address out there. So if anyone ever wants to contact you,
sure, it's hello@ProxyPics.com.
Awesome. Very cool. Luke, any questions, anything else you want to get out there?
No, keep an eye on the company. I mean, it's going to grow very quickly, and sooner than later, you'll be able to walk up to that ATM and do your mortgage all on the spot within a matter of minutes with the technology that we've got. So keep an eye out for it. It'll be that next big one.
Cool. Awesome. All right, Luke. Luke, it was good talking to you. Let's discuss, and really appreciate you coming on to Pitch Investors Live here. Everyone watching out there, hope you had a good time. This is going to be a good one here. So everyone stay tuned to ProxyPics, and thanks for watching.
Thanks, Ryan.